Hi, my first graders. It's been so long since I've seen you. The phonics lesson that we're going to do today is going to have a lot of stuff, so I really need your listening bodies. Remember, your listening bodies is your eyes are watching, your ears are listening, your bodies are still, and your lips are, unless you're saying what we're saying together. Okay, so we have learned the ch sound. Okay, so what have we learned that makes that ch sound? We learned Trigraph TCH. So if you said that, good job. All right, today we're going to learn the final spelling for the ch sound. Okay, so I want you to echo these words back to me and listen for that final sound. And what do you think is making that final sound? Are you ready? S, patch, fetch, itch. What did you hear at the end? Ch. I heard it too. Ch. Now looking at these words, there's something that they all have in common. Okay? They have TCH. 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 In any of those words, did you hear a t sound? I didn't either. So this is something new, and we've learned one before, but it's called a trigraph. Remember, a trigraph is like a digraph, but instead of 2 letters, it's 3. Okay, so trigraph is 1, 2, 3 letters that come together to make one sound. So we have T, C, H, comes together and says ch, makes one sound. Ch. Okay, so to code a trigraph, we're going to do the same thing as a digraph. We just underline it. Okay, and since the T is silent, we're going to mark it off. Okay, so let's finish coding this word. We haven't practiced coding in a while. So, Is that making the short sound or the long sound? Well, it's making the long sound, right? So we're going to put a breathe. Okay, sound it out with me. Are you ready? Patch. Good job, patch. Okay, the next word also has trigraph TCH. TCH. So it's coming together. TCH. Coming together to make the ch sound. Okay, the T is silent. We do not hear the T. So I'm going to underline it, showing that those 3 letters are making that one sound, and the T is silent. So I'm going to cross it out. Okay, I'm going to finish coding the word. I have a vowel, so I'm going to have to put a breathe or a macron. So was it making the short sound or the long sound? Okay, let's sound it out again and see. Ch. It's making the short sound. So I'm going to put a breathe. Short sound. Okay, we have one more. The word was itch. And as you can tell, it has trigraph TCH at the end of it. So I'm going to underline it. It's making the ch sound. Remember, a trigraph is when you have 3 letters that come together to make that one sound. TCH together makes what sound? What sound does it make? I can't hear all of you. Just kidding. Ch, ch. Right. Ch. I miss you guys, by the way. Okay, so I'm going to mark off the T. Okay, it's silent. We do not hear it. Now we need to code our vowel. Okay, so I. Was it saying I or was it saying I? So let's sound it out again. It was itch. Itch. Okay, was it making the short sound or the long sound? Short sound. I. So I'm going to put a breathe. All right, there we go. So let's read these words one more time. Ready? Patch. good job, perfect. Now, since we've already learned, the ch sound, we know that digraph CH says ch, like the word cheese. And now we know that trigraph TCH says ch, right? So whenever we have trigraph TCH, it's going to be more than likely, most of the time, at the end of the word. Okay, you will not see this at the beginning or the middle of a word. It's usually just at the end of a root word, okay, of a real word. So here I have some more words that we're going to practice finding the final ch sound. Okay, so in this word, it was b, ch, bunch. Okay, bunch. So would I write TCH or would I write CH? Okay, so whenever we write TCH, if you noticed in all of these words that we worked on, they have a short vowel right before it. So short vowel before the ch. Short vowel before the ch. Short vowel before the ch. Okay, all of these words have that short vowel sound. Remember our vowels. What are our vowels? U and sometimes Y. Do that again. A, E, I, O, U. Sometimes Y. Okay, so those are our vowels. Just to kind of remember those 6 letters, okay, whenever we're doing these spelling rules. It really, really helps when you know your vowels. So, our next, going back to the word that we were talking about a second ago, the word was bunch. Okay, so now, do I need to put trigraph TCH or do I need to just put digraph CH? So we're going to look at the letter right before it. Do you remember what I just told you about when we use TCH? After a short vowel. Good job if you got that. And if you didn't, it's okay. We're still practicing. So, look at here. Is the letter N a vowel? It is not a vowel. It is a consonant. That's right. But I have a short vowel in the word, right? No, it has to be right before it. Okay, so since that U is not coming right before that ch sound, we are going to use just the plain old digraph CH that we already know. Okay, so this one does not have a T. It does not have trigraph TCH because there's not a short vowel in front of it. Okay, moving on to our next word, I have the word, what sound does OU again? What sound does it make? Ow, it's one of our Band-Aid sounds, our boo-boo sounds. Ow, right. Diphthong O-U, ow. Okay, so I have ouch, pouch. Okay, so am I going to use trigraph TCH or am I going to use digraph CH? Remember, we use trigraph TCH after a short vowel. We use digraph CH after anything else, after a consonant or anything else. Like this one, it was a consonant. But do we have a consonant here? No, we have a diphthong. And remember, a second ago I said we use CH after anything else. So since this is not a short vowel, that goes in the anything else category. Okay, so we're just going to use CH. Ouch. Okay, let's do one more together. Okay, my word is what sound does AR, combination AR, what sound does it make? R, good job. It says R, like a pirate. I hear some of you saying R, like a pirate. Okay, R, ch. Am I going to use TCH or am I going to use CH? Well, you use TCH after a short vowel. Let's say that again. TCH after a short vowel. When do we use CH? After a consonant or anything else. So we're looking at the letter or the combination, digraph, whatever's right before it. Okay, we have the letter R. It's part of our combination AR. So is that a short vowel? No, it is not a short vowel. So am I going to use TCH? I will not use TCH since it's not a short vowel. It will just be digraph CH. Arch. So you see how we have a ch sound in a few words, and sometimes it's TCH and sometimes it's CH. So that's why it's important for us to learn this, because we got to know when to use which one. So we use TCH after a short vowel, and we use CH after a consonant or anything else. So if it's not a short vowel, then it'll be CH. Okay, so I have another trigraph that I want us to learn. Okay, so you did a really good job with that, so stay with me. We have another trigraph. Okay, so remember, trigraph is when you have 1, 2, 3 letters comes together to make one sound. So echo these words and listen for that sound at the end of these words. Are you ready? Give me a thumbs up. All right, here we go. Bridge. Wedge. Lodge. What sound do you hear at the end? J, j, right. And we've actually learned this while you're at home. Do you remember soft G? I'm going to write it over here. Remember, the G can sometimes sound like a J. It makes the J sound. Okay, remember after E, I, or Y. Okay, so we use G after E, I, or sorry, before E, I, or Y. So in this word, as you can tell, what do you notice about them all? There's something that's the same in all 3 of these words. Well, since we're talking about G, I know that you see the G, G-E, 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 but there's actually something else that's in them that is the same as well. And it's a D, D-G-E, D-G-E. Okay, so this is also going to be a new trigraph that we're learning. Okay, trigraph DGE. Okay, so brr, is that the short sound or the long sound? Short sound, right? It's the short sound, so I'm going to put a breve. Bridge. Okay, now that okay, let's keep going. Our next word was wedge, and it also has trigraph DGE at the end. Okay, what sound does it make? J, j. Wedge, wedge. Okay, we do not hear that D in there. Wedge, wedge. Okay, the D is silent. I didn't mark it off here. Wedge. The E is silent also. Sneaky E on the end is silent. Okay, what? Is that the short sound or long sound? It is the short sound. Wedge. Okay, I'm going to put a little dot above it because that's how we code soft G's. We put a little dot above it. That's going to help us remember. Okay, and our last word, lodge. Lodge. Okay, it has DGE at the end. Okay, that's trigraph DGE. So I'm going to do, I forgot to do this at the beginning, but we have DGE, and it comes together to make the J sound. Okay, so we'll try that again. DGE coming together to make the J sound, one sound. 3 letters making one sound. So when you see DGE at the end of a word, we know the D is silent and it's making the J sound. All right, let's finish coding this word. Okay, so we have a vowel here. We have to code it. So since there is a consonant after, we know it's making the short sound. Oh, ah. And put a brief. Ah, ah, ah. Lodge. Lodge. Okay, and do not hear those letters. I just hear that G. Okay. So just like Trigraph TCH that says ch at the end, there's a spelling rule. Remember, we use TCH after a short vowel and CH after anything else. Okay. With Trigraph DGE that says j, we also have something that we use at the final. Okay, and it's just going to be GE. Okay, GE. So when you hear j at the end of a word, it's more than likely going to be DGE or GE. So when do we know when to use DGE or GE? Well, we use DGE after a short vowel, just like TCH. We always use it after a short vowel. So as you can tell, in bridge, wedge, and lodge, right before Trigraph DGE, there is a short vowel there. Okay, so it's the same as what we just learned with TCH. So we're going to try it with these two words. Okay, and I already put a macron because I just wanted you to know that this letter is saying its name. Okay, so I have the word huge. Huge, like another word for big, huge. So would I use Trigraph DGE or would I use GE? Well, since I do not have a short vowel here, it's just going to be GE. And this sneaky E is doing two things. It is scaring the U to say its name, U, for vowel, consonant, vowel. And it's also making the G make the soft sound, J, instead of G. Because remember, if you have E, I, or Y after a G, it's going to say J. Okay. Our next word I have age. Okay, so would I use Trigraph DGE or would I use just GE? Well, I'm looking at the letter before it and I have an A. So is the A making the short sound or long sound? Well, I put a macron above it, so it's going to say the long sound. It's going to say its name, A. So since that is not a short vowel sound, I'm just going to use GE. Okay, so that's how we spell cage. So far today we have learned how to use the final spelling for the ch sound and also the j sound. So after a short vowel for the ch sound, what are we going to use? Teeth. After anything else, a consonant or anything else, when we have a ch sound, we use just digraph CH, right? Okay, same thing goes for DGE. When we hear the j sound, get that way out, please. When we have the j sound at the end of the word, and we have a vowel in front of it, then it's going to be DGE, Trigraph DGE. And then if it doesn't have that short vowel, it has a consonant or anything else, then we just use GE. Okay? All right. So now I want us to practice a few words. So on a blank piece of paper, If you need to hit pause and go get it, you are more than welcome to do that. Go grab it real fast and then we'll be here when you get back. Okay, so spelling with DGE and TCH. DGE or TCH, we use it after a short vowel. Okay, so on my paper, and you can write it on your paper too. So I'm going to put a V that stands for vowel, and I'm going to put a breve above it to show me that I'm looking for a short vowel. So short vowel, and I'm going to put my two little final lines, and then I'm going to put TCH. Okay, and then I'm also going to put DGE under it because those are the two that we're working on, okay? So when you have a short vowel, you will use TCH if it makes the ch sound, or if you have a short vowel and you have the j sound after it, then you use DGE, okay? Well, what happens if I do not have a short vowel? What do I use then? Right, so whenever you have anything else, a consonant or anything else, that is when we use GE or CH. Okay, so like in the words huge, cage, wage. Well, A, it's not making a short sound, so I would use GE. Okay. Let's see. Let's do beach. Beach. Okay, but E, is the E sound a short sound? It is not, so we would use CH because it's, remember, we only use these two if it's a short vowel in front of them. Okay, so what I want you to do now is on, you have, I marked off a lot of them. Okay, you're only going to do 10. You'll do 5 words with the J sound, and you will do 5 words with the Ch sound. Okay, so what are we supposed to do? Right. You're going to write, we're going to read the words together, but I want you to write the word, the complete word using, on this one, you would use GE, or you would write DGE. Okay, so you have to remember the spelling rules that we just learned, and we wrote it up at the top. Okay, so if it's a short vowel, we're going to use DGE. If it's anything else, we're just going to use GE. Okay, so the word age, cage. Okay, so I'm looking at this letter right here. Is that a short vowel? That is not a short vowel, so which one am I going to use? GE. Because there's not a short vowel there, I'm just going to use GE. Okay. Now the next one, bridge. Bridge. Okay, I'm looking at my letter right here, right in front of the J sound. Now, is that a short sound or a long sound? That's a short vowel. So I know I need to use D, G, E. Okay? See how both of those words have the J sound at the end, but they're spelled differently? You gotta remember that short vowel, okay? All right, the next 3 for the J sound, I want you to try on your own. You can hit pause and go ahead and finish those, okay? Or you can listen, finish the video, and then finish it at the end. However you want to do it, it's up to you, okay? But I want you to finish 3, 4, and 5 on your own. Remember, if it has a short vowel, then you would use DGE. If it's anything else, you're going to use GE. Okay, so this was for the J sound. Now let's come over to the Ch sound. Okay, so remember, when you have the Ch sound at the end of a word, if it has a short vowel, right before the Ch sound, use TCH. If it's anything else, you would use TH, right? Okay, so I'm going to write it down here. TCH. I know I use that after short vowel. CH for anything else. Number 11. Uh-oh. E makes 3 different sounds. Which one am I going to use? Okay, so on this one it is E. Each. Each. So would I use TCH or CH? Okay, so I'm going to have to look at my letter right before it. Is this a short vowel sound? E. It is not. It's a digraph. So we will not use TCH because there's not a short vowel. We're just going to use CH for each. Okay. Okay, number 12. Oh, I have a digraph at the beginning. TH. Thatch. Okay, so I'm looking at the letter before it. I have an A that's saying ah. Is that a short vowel sound? It is a short vowel sound. So which one am I going to use? TCH. Okay, TCH. Because I have that short vowel there, then I know I need to use TCH. Okay? All right, same thing for this side. You're going to use TCH or CH to finish out these words. Okay, you have 3. Itch. Or sorry. Itch. Ouch. Scratch. Scratch. Okay? All right. So I'm going to put that where you can see it. And you can hit pause and finish writing your 10 words. Okay? So remember, for the J sound at the end of the word, you can use GE or DGE. When do we use DGE? After a short vowel. Right. So for the Ch sound, you have TCH and CH. When do we use TCH? After a short vowel. When do we use CH? After anything else. Right. Okay. Nice talking with you guys, and I miss you all. Send me a picture whenever you're finished.